Crochet, and we are sitting in Dunnigan, California, waiting for a little bit of daylight. I only have 8 hours to drive today, so no need to just jump right out there and white knuckle it. I've got some bacon, sausage, and scrambled eggs from the pilot here. Let's put this on. Hello, live chat. There we go. There we go. I need to, need a little air. Huh. Hello. A little warm in here. I need to doctor up those eggs a little because you know they're going to be. And I've got steak. I reheated some steak and it's in the air fryer. Got coffee going. Got my pumpkin spice coffee from Trader Joe's. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. I'm gonna salt up those eggs, that's for sure. Hi Marion, good morning. So it's like 9 o'clock there, huh? 9:06, 9:07, something like that. Put a little salt on. I gotta salt those eggs. Holy cow. Those are boring. And then, so I've got all that. I'm gonna put the steak pieces on my plate. So I have plenty to munch on while I'm driving today. I love this air fryer / microwave. This has been a game changer, and I got this. It's a Glance is what it's called, and I got it at some friends of mine picked it up for me at Walmart, and then I just bought it off of them. And what a day that was. I think it was like Christmas, or it must have been a Christmas thing, because they got blocked in the parking lot for hours trying to get out of there because people were shopping and acting like jerks, I guess. I don't know, I wasn't there, but I heard about it. Holy cow. So yeah, get some of that crunchy stuff out of there. I do love this air fryer, and I want to put everything on this plate so that I only have one thing up there on the dash. Everything! All my meats. Gotta have my meats. And there's a fork for the eggs. Get the eggs on there. That's gonna be one piled up plate. Woo-ha! I think I got enough to eat for a while. Oh yeah, I am in Dunnigan, California. And before I go, don't let me forget to refresh my coffee before we head out of here. Who else is here? I didn't see. Who else here? Stephanie! Yay! Did you bring Niles any cookies? Because he's begging for them. Okay. I got my hair ties to secure you guys in there before we head up the bumpy road. Sorry, you guys missed the bumpy bridge last night. It's behind me. Those eggs are pretty good with some salt on them. So what are you guys working on? No cookies. Oh, poor Niles. Poor Niles. What are you guys working on? Send me pictures. And if any of you are doing the scarf challenge, which is linked, that scarf is linked down below. The scarf challenge is just make a scarf sometime in January or February and donate it to an organization, or give it to somebody in need. Or, you know, if you're doing that, send me pictures. Whatever you're working on, send me pictures. Oh darn, maybe a cup holder party. Still working on the amigurumi and Afghan. Okay, good deal. I'm going to be sitting tomorrow to do a reset. I'm going to do a reset over the weekend on my clock. Hi, Deb. Deb, I heard you've been doing scarves for the scarf challenge. Please. Pet blankets and prayer shawls. Okay. Pictures would be great. So, Deb, pictures of your scarves. As soon as my scarf show. So, okay. Yay. I don't use Instagram. I don't. I can't stand Instagram, and I can't stand, what's that other one? What's the other one? What is the other one? Pinterest. I cannot stand Pinterest. I get sent links to Pinterest all the time, and I just delete it because I don't want to go through a rabbit trail. If that Pinterest picture links to an actual website, send me that link. Just don't send me links to Pinterest. I can't stand Pinterest. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard. It's just a thing. It's just a thing that I have. I cannot stand having to click on that, and then you click it, and the picture, then you click it, and you get a whole album of stuff. And it's like, that's not what I came here for. I don't want that. I can't, you know, I wanted to see what somebody, the link, you know, the thing that somebody sent me, not Pinterest. Good morning, Diana. Hello, everyone. And Instagram, I did that for a while. I have an Instagram account. I'm just not, I don't use it. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people really like Instagram. They do. And I get that. I just don't need another thing. Good morning, Paula. Yeah, I haven't used Pinterest or Instagram in a long time. If you've got a picture, please feel free to email it to me or message it to me. If, you know, you can, if we're connected, you know, text me a picture. That is great. That is great because it's right there. I just can't stand, you know, I started to do Threads, but I don't know. Threads is another website that may or may not gain traction. I'm having trouble keeping up with all of them. Now, I was thinking this morning about my other YouTube channel. Hi, Linda. The Two Ponies channel. And 2 years ago, just a small handful of us started the hashtag Gone by 2024. It was supposed to be 50 pounds down by the beginning of 24. Well, I did that. I didn't really gain traction until May of 23, but I did that. I lost 50 pounds. And I haven't, I forgot all about, you know, updating that at the beginning of January, but I met my goal. It was very hard for me. I finally went 100% carnivore in May of 23, and that's when the weight came off. So that's why I've got a plate full of meat up here that I can just, you know, snack on while I go down the road. Basically, I eat beef, butter, pork, and eggs. Oh, Nigel's ready to... Nigel is challenging you guys to some rock, paper, scissors. So yeah, I did make the 50 pounds down. I believe that one of the others that was doing it was Crochet Canada, Sandy. You know, we've kind of lost contact. And we haven't spoke probably for a couple years now, and it's, you know, it's no reflection of anything, just, you know, we go our own ways, and we're kind of along different grooves, even though we are, you know, we're both part of the Yarny community. I think I saw somewhere that she went, good morning, Mary, that she went 100% carnivore and was doing really well with it. So kudos to her. I'm sure she lost 50 pounds plus, you know, she probably did all that way quicker than I did. Hey! There's one of the rad girls. Now, Amber, I did link your latest video in the description box. You and Robin and Darla, your latest videos are all linked down there. I don't know if the tag worked though. Hi, Bears Crochet. Nana Mama Cat. Hello, Cat. Oh, Steph is here. Lefty Crochet and Mirror Knits. Yeah, we're Team Amber here. Amber's got some big blanket goals for 24, and I think she's going to do it. Absolutely. She's going to knock it out of the park. Mima Paula, your challenge, and we went from 100. Oh, did you? 16-hour fast each 24 hours. That is excellent. That really helped me. Yes, I think Amber is going to get all those blankets done that she has, you know, set goals for in 24. She's going to get those done and then some. I am so great. I think that's awesome, Paula. 16-hour fast each 24 hours. That made a huge, it was like a magic bullet. I mean, all that meant was I needed to stop eating by a certain time of day, because I get up at the same time every day. I start eating about the same time every day, usually around 6 I start eating. So I've got my eating window and I'm done by early afternoon, and what a difference that made. I have fresh coffee and a knit blanket. Okay, well, send me a picture of your knit blanket. We'll get those. Email me that knit blanket picture and I'll post it. Anything you guys are working on, email me a picture or message me a picture with a little description, or if you've got my phone number, text me a picture with the description. You have cut sugar. Well, most of the time. Okay, so I was good. I was 100% carnivore from May 5th through probably around December 5th, December 10th, somewhere in there. And in December, I completely fell off. So I've been back on it for about a week now. I can kind of feel the difference in my jeans, you know, that I cheated all that time and ate whatever I wanted. Really enjoyed that, but so now I'm back on it. That's why I've got a plate full of meat and eggs over here. So I'm back on it, and you know, pretty much 6 a.m. I start eating, and then I stop, and so that I have a 16-hour window where I don't eat, you know, including my sleep time. So yeah, that is what worked for my tired old metabolism. I do have some eggs, some Flying J truck stop scrambled eggs that I really had to doctor up. So, plate full of meat. Okay, so everybody type in RPS, and whoever Niles chooses to accept the challenge from, he'll play rock, paper, scissors with you. Yeah, I never gave up. Way to go, Mary. Uh-oh, Mary lost. Niles got mean. Yeah, I don't add sugar. I use, let me show you guys what I use. Because I eat so much meat, I need a lot of electrolytes. So I've got these. Let me show you this. And they're sweetened with stevia. And there are all kinds of flavors. Oh, look at you guys. Okay, so this is called Element, LMNT. And it is sodium, potassium, and magnesium. There's no sugar. There's stevia in it. So I take this whole packet. It's super sweet. So a whole packet to 30 ounces. My 30-ounce Yeti that I got for Christmas from my brother and sister-in-law and my nephews. Hot chocolate mixed to coffee instead of flavored creamer. I used to do that. I used to do like the Swiss Miss sugar-free. Okay, get snacks for the kids. Bring snacks for everybody, please. And then I think Niles wants some cookies. So anyway, this is the chocolate flavor. These are all sugar-free. Okay, and this is chocolate caramel. This is amazing. Amazing. And yeah, a whole packet of this. Have to go take the, okay, bye Amber. Have a great day. Send me pics of your progress. Lay out all those blankets and take a picture of all of them. I want to see them. Yes, send me pics. Okay, so anyway, one packet is pretty heavy on the sweet for me. When I go to Dutch Brothers, I tell them I only want my drink 1/4 sweet, 1/4 of what you know of the sugar-free syrup that you usually put in there, and they just, sometimes it blows their minds. But yeah, I like the taste of coffee. So one packet is almost too much for this whole. And there's a gal on YouTube who has like an affiliate link that you can get a discount for a whole variety pack of the different flavors. And her name is Laura Spath, S-P-A-T-H. And yeah, so if you want like a variety pack, they got the chocolate caramel, the chocolate, they've got plain, they've got a citrus one, and I use just a tiny bit of that in my big bottles of Smart Water. These are the 33-ounce, 33.8 fluid ounces, 1 quart, 1.8 fluid ounce, 1 liter bottles of Smart Water, and I just sprinkle a little bit in there for just a tiny bit of sweet, you know, and so I can have, you know, the electrolytes that I need. So I do that, and I also have the plain, the unflavored kind, and I put that in my water too, along with just a little bit of the sweet citrus one. So everybody that's in here, oh, Paul, okay, I have to get on the road to take my kids to school too. Okay, have a great day. Send me pictures of what you're working on. Tell me what it is. I will post it and link you. Yes, let's see all that inspiration. Paula won. Paula won. Hi, Amy. What are you working on? What is everybody working on? I've got to get Oh, Niles gave you a kiss. I'm in wild berry Skittles and a cotton candy can. Oh, okay. All right. I am in Dunnigan, California, and I only have 8 hours to drive today, so we're not going to get very far. But yesterday I drove 11 hours, and yeah. Days like that my driving, you know, just goes on and on. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I went through there last night. I came over the bouncy bridge just north of there. Yeah, when I drive like that, when I shut off the truck, when I shut off the truck and I stood up, I can feel the motion of the truck in my body, in my legs, all the way up to my head and my eyes, and it feels like the truck is still doing this, even though it's not. And that tells me I drove too long. But, you know, I'm trying to get this late load up to, you're on a Rwanda, a shawl and a scarf. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We would love to see them. We would love that. Yeah, this load has been late for a while to get up to the receiver up in Oregon, so kind of a thing to get it up there. And so I'm going to Lebanon, Oregon. This place is packed. I pulled in here right around 6 p.m. last night. Yes, busy, busy, busy. We're all busy, busy. Working on anthology squares. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. I've heard of that. Linda, tell us about those. And if any of you have a blue dress on, you know, link whatever it is she's talking about, if that's possible. I've heard of anthology squares, but I have no clue what they are. I know that it's a knit crochet. Oh, is this the one? Is this the one? Thank you, Karen. It's the one Robin's doing. Yes. Yes. Okay. I knew I'd heard of it somewhere. Thank you, Karen. I hope the weather treats you right. We're supposed to get some heavy. Well, we'll see. Okay, good. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, you guys. Poor Robin. Now, I did link Robin's latest video in the description box. I haven't watched it yet, but it is like an interchangeable crochet hook review. And so please take a look at that. Also, Amber's latest video and Darla's latest video. Okay, good night, Mima Paula. It's knit. Yes, yes. We are knit friendly here. We are knit friendly. I'm not a knitter, but we are knit friendly here. Karen has, we were just talking about Karen yesterday and how she has this new loom. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. And I don't, what did you say? An 8 pedestal loom? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know anything about looms, but apparently this thing is a big deal and she is really enjoying looming. 8 shaft. Thank you, Karen. 8 shaft. Yes, 8 shaft loom. So she is really the fiber artist. very much the fiber artist. She does all the things. I need to. Waiting for wool to dry for the last 3 days. Oh, I bet that's hard waiting. I'm gonna take the hair ties and secure you guys in right now. I don't want anybody here to hurt themselves. Now, don't forget you need to wear your hard hat, your safety glasses, your safety vest, and your seat belts when we start moving. Please keep all arms and legs inside the vehicle while it's moving. Okay, there we go. Oh, I think those links look good, Mary. Stephanie, she is a rule breaker. Rule breaker. Total rule breaker. I don't wanna. You guys are going to get me in trouble with DOT. Oh, that coffee is so good. It is so good. I've got that pumpkin spice in there, and I've got those chocolate electrolytes, sugar-free electrolytes in there. Oh, makes me happy. It's like, you know, I want to lay there. The alarm goes off at 4 a.m. and I sit up and I shut off the alarm. And then I reach over and I plug in the percolator, which is right. Poke, poke, poke. That's the percolator, my electric perk coffee maker. And I make sure there's a light on, and I have a pair of blue blockers on. I have my red ones on first thing in the morning, and I turn on the overhead light. And then I lay back down. And the thing that gets me thinking about sitting up, actually sitting up and being awake, is the fact that the coffee is almost ready. And it is going to be so good. And I get, out of that, I get 60 ounces of coffee. So 2 of these cups. Hello, Cindy! While finishing up some things, sipping on your first cup. Right now, to blanket. Okay, welcome in, Cindy. Yay! Do you have any whips or finished objects? I applied a 2-ply lace weight yarn. Yes. Oh my goodness, Karen. Yeah, she does all the things. So Cindy and everybody else in here, your works in progress, your finished items, send me pictures and tell me what, you know, what they are. And I will showcase them in the community tab, and sometimes over on my Facebook page, the Dana Two Ponies Facebook page. I almost have my scarf finished. Yeah, yay for that. I'm working on, is that for the scarf challenge or is that a different scarf, Cindy? I definitely want to see the scarves for the scarf challenge. But I want to see everything. I like Trader Joe's Wake Up Joe. I can find it oh yeah. Well, Robin told me about this pumpkin spice at Trader Joe's, and she, you know, it only goes in for like, oh, thank you, Mary. Yes, Dana's Discord. So you can only find it, you know, like in October. And she buys cases of it in October so that it'll last her all year. I just got 2 things of it, and I just started my second one. Thank you. So the Discord, let's talk about that before it gets daylight, before I head out. The Discord is for my testers, and I haven't had a test for a while. I was going to do the Apache Tears pot holder, the double thick pot holder, which is just, seriously, you guys, if you look up Apache Tears and you do 2 panels of it, and then you look up the envelope border, do an envelope border around it. I even put a little chain loop in the corner. That's the Apache Tears pot holder. It's not a challenge. It's an, okay. Okay, cool. Did they have pumpkin spice? Oh my, I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, so I was gonna do that, but no, the next thing I'm gonna do is the first big deal test, and that is the Noah scarf. And I worked on it again this morning, and I planned on doing a tester call this cut like Monday, like in 3 days. It will not be ready for the tester call on Monday. Hopefully a week or two after, it will be ready for the tester call. But if you'd like to see a sneak peek and see what the pattern looks like, you can join the Discord. The link, Discord, my Discord channel that Mary just put up. And there's you can find the link in there for the Google Doc that I'm working on. It is not there's a few tweaks. I need to finish the border and the weaving in ends portion of it, and how that corresponds with the Bible study. This, you guys, is a Bible study. It is 2 parts. One, it is a Bible study of the first part of Genesis. And I believe that going through this as a Bible study while working the pattern, you will understand chapters 1 through 11 of Genesis when you are done with this scarf. You will get it. It will click. Now, granted, there's a whole lot more to learn than what I have highlighted in this Bible study, but you will get it. I mean, you can dive way deeper into any part of Scripture, but this is chapters 1 through 11. And this second part of this is that when you're going to go through chapters 1 through 9 3 times, working the 4-row repeat. So let's say you started out, you prepare by doing a row of white single crochet. And then my colors are, you need to have a white or a neutral of some kind to go in between your other 3 colors. My colors, I got 1 row of single crochet, but then the 4-row repeat starts. Each 4-row repeat is a chapter. So in part one of this process, all of this is geared towards helping us with memorization and helping us with concentration and that kind of thing. So not only are you learning the first part of Genesis, you're reversing some of the effects of living in the 21st century. So you single crochet in white or your neutral color. I used white in a 4-weight saver, the 7-ounce saver skeins. Did that in I forget the stitch count, and then I have 2 rows of the long wave. And chapter 1, I will do blue. It is a blue. It is a nice, not quite a royal blue. I do 1 row of the wave normally, and then when I come back with the wave, I do back loop only. So it's got a little interest in there. And then the 3rd and 4th row is hi Jill. So then the 2 last rows of the 4-row repeat I do in white in single crochet. Now I do that for chapters, and then on chapter 2 it's going to be burgundy and white. Chapter 3 is going to be a purple, kind of a lavendery kind of purple and white. And then chapter 4 is blue, chapter 5 is burgundy, chapter 6 is purple. And I do that for chapters 1 through 9. And part 1, you're going to read the chapter, you sit down, you pray, you read the chapter, and then you think about the chapter, but you count each stitch. 1, 2, 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3 double crochet, 3 single crochet. Just count it out loud. And this is to help reverse the effects of living in the 21st century. I am on part 3 now, which is a little different process. So part 2, I actually have something to say like Noah, Enoch, or, you know, Adam, Enoch, Noah, or, you know, something along those lines. You know, a 3 phrase, a like 3 rhythm phrase. You do your single crochet, Noah, Enoch, or Adam, anyway, you know, things to say out loud. That's part 2 when you go through 1 through 9 the second time. The third time is just a thought prompt or anything that you think of, something you kind of want to think about while you're doing the 4-row repeat and changing colors for each chapter. That's how it's going to work. And if you want to join the Discord, you can see what I've got up so far in the Google Doc. When I do a tester call, I will have an application on Google Forms, and I'm only going to choose a handful of people for this particular test, because I need people who agree to, you know, to slow down and do the process. You know, Karen could probably whip this scarf out in less than an hour. I mean, she could just fly through it. But what I need are people who will go through the process, and then at the end of the process give me feedback, not only on the pattern, but the fact that they were able to concentrate that third time through. And you don't weave in ends until you're prompted to, and that's chapter 10. So you go to chapter 10 and weave in the ends of following, you know, the prompt, and then you do the border for chapter 11. And while you're doing that border, you're not only concentrating on what stitch you're doing, but you're also able to consider, maybe you could use the word meditate a little bit on the chapter and what the whole point of that chapter was. Finish off and weave in your ends, and you will have, I believe, you will have a more solid knowledge of the first, you know, 11 chapters of Genesis by the time you finish this scarf. And it's a beautiful scarf. Am I putting you to sleep? Oh no, you lost. Okay. So anyway, okay, cool, Steph. But if you want to have a sneak peek of it before I actually put out the tester application, any of you who want to see that, you know, join that Discord. And that Discord link is in the description box, along with, hello Christy, latest videos from Darla and Robin and Amber. So check those out. So anyway, that's the Noah scarf, and I am not quite ready to, I think I'll get the application up maybe in a week, you know, a week later than I planned on. We'll see. We will see. And then I'm going to give it about a week or so to decide on who my testers are actually going to be. You are welcome to work what's there. If you like it and you don't get chosen to be a tester, you're still welcome to work on it. But I'm looking for a specific handful to, you know, go through the whole process and tell me, you know, give me some feedback. Did it help? You know, were you able to concentrate that third time through, and then, you know, complete the pattern with a little bit better concentration abilities than before? So I'm very excited about that. And that'll be the first of a series. I want to do a whole blanket. See, the Noah scarf will be a free download, even though I've put in a ton of work. This one will be free. But eventually I'm going to do a overall Old Testament, like a high view overall kind of overview of the Old Testament in a blanket. And that blanket will be done in squares. But they'll be easy squares. They'll be done in rows and not rounds. Yeah, probably. I don't study that. But I think it might be similar. I don't know. But it'll be done. You know, we need to turn off our screens because that is TV screens, computer screens, phone screens, any kind of screens, because those are what is messing us up in the 21st century. Wow. That guy just drove crossways over the scales. Now the scales have to be recertified. Thanks for that. People don't think about other people. Yes, RPS. See who's going to beat Niles this morning. He gets cranky if he loses too many times. I'm going to plug you guys in. Let's see who's winning at rock, paper, scissors. Oh, Paula, you won. Mary lost. I see some change in the sky. I think it's time to pour my second cup of coffee. You won finally, yes. What is this? The 27th? What's today? The 26th? Is today the 26th, you guys? I can't look on my phone. It's 6:48 a.m. I know that. Is today the 26th? Yeah, okay. So I'll deliver this tomorrow. Anytime tomorrow. We're good. Because I only have 8 hours to drive today left on my clock. 8 hours and 40 minutes left on my clock for the week. So I'm going to deliver this tomorrow in Oregon, and then I'm going to sit over the weekend in Lebanon, Oregon, somewhere around there, to reset my clock. Okay, what do I got to do before I leave? Anybody remember all the things? One more thing to do. Boop. Plus, I got to flip you guys around so you can see where we're going. So you can drive with me. Does anybody here volunteer to drive? Because I'd rather just crochet all day. Who's going to drive today? I don't want to do it. Who's driving? Not it. Not it. Coffee. That's right, Diana. Coffee. Not. Nobody wants to drive truck? It's fun, actually. Oh, Stephanie. Okay, Marion. Marion, you and Amy can take turns driving. I'll be crocheting. Time for my second cup of bulletproof coffee. Unplug it. Oh yeah. That's the end of that Terry Gold. chocolate salt. Oop. Pour it out. Pour me another cup of coffee. Okay. That'll go in the cupboard. Shooting on down the highway. Okay. It's nice and hot. Nice and hot. I love that electric perk coffee maker. Oh, I love perked coffee. I have a huge camping, perk coffee can that I use in the motorhome. I cook it on the gas stove. It's just like camping. I do that every morning, and it's huge. It's got like almost 3 of these big cups. It's like 2.5 of these big cups I can make in that big coffee perk can. And that is the old-fashioned kind. Christy, better than going to work. Better than going to work. I want to go pick up a few skeins of yarn and go home and crochet and veg out 5.5. Oh yeah, that's what I want to do. But I get to do that tomorrow. Oh, there's something else I'm going to do tomorrow. Night in a break from knitting, I found a crochet pattern for a support pillow for lap work. Okay. Are you the one who sent that picture? And sent that, it was a tutorial. Are you the one who sent a tutorial for one of those? Because I saved that. Because I'm using this big nursing pillow and I love it. I love it. It is amazing. It's perfect. But I love that somebody has a pattern out there for one. A crochet pattern for doing your crochet work. Love that. Yeah. So anyway, tomorrow afternoon, I have a meeting with 2 very important people. You don't know one of them, Lee, but you guys know Jetin One, which is Carrie. Carrie is my co-host. Yeah, it is. Yeah. That I saw that there was a tutorial for one of those. Anyway, Carrie is my co-host for the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social in Boise, and so her and I and Lee are supposed to be in a Zoom meeting or a video chat meeting tomorrow afternoon to get our to-do list set up on a TL Yarncraft video. Somebody sent me a link. I'll have to, you guys don't let me forget. Email me, message me, text me that when I'm sitting tomorrow before I go into this meeting about the Yarny Social tomorrow, that I find that link and share it with you guys in the community tab. So anyway, we are going to have a meeting tomorrow. I want to do the Yarny Social the first weekend in October this year, the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's on what? Fiverr? I don't know what that says. Huh. Somebody sent me a link to a video tutorial. And I'll have to find that. Because I'm using this nursing pillow that Jill told me about from Amazon. In fact, that's linked in the description box. And it is fabulous. It was exactly what I was looking for. Okay. The truth is, you guys, I already... Oh, on Ravelry. Oh, it's on Ravelry. Okay. That's good to know. You guys can look up support pillow, crochet support pillow on Ravelry and find it. Not everybody's a fan of Ravelry, and I get you. I get you. But if you are on Ravelry, it's there. Sounds like. So I already did my pre-trip, but now I'm actually going to clock it. I do my pre-trip as soon as I get out of the truck. Hello, Linda. Hello. So there are links to a couple of videos in the description box. One of them is this current, like the scarf pattern that I made up. It's a tutorial for the scarf that I did for the scarf challenge. For those of you who don't know, the scarf challenge is just me and Robin and Darla. I don't know if Amber's got time to do it, but a lot of us here on YouTube, a handful of us, we're challenging all of you to make a scarf and donate it, because donations drop off so tremendously in January and February, because everybody did a lot of donating for Christmas, right? Which is great. But our challenge is that you just make a scarf and donate it either in January or February. So the scarf I made for that is a tutorial link below. I've got Robin's latest review of some hooks. I've got Amber's latest video about, you know, everything she's doing. I've got Darla's latest shawl tutorial. Darla pumps out those tutorials, doesn't she? For those of you who don't know, here at the Wanderlust channel, we are Team Amber. Amber has a very high number of blankets as goals for 24. She's going to do several Sophies, and she's doing several mosaics. I believe, don't quote me, you're going to have to go watch her videos. I believe the mosaic pattern that she's doing, she's actually doing 5 of those blankets at the same time. Like, she'll do a section on one blanket, do that same section on the next blanket, and do it kind of, you know, assembly line style. And then she'll start the next section of the mosaic. And it's not just your regular geometrical mosaic. It is, I believe, like a Christmas woodland type design. So each row is a little bit more complicated than like the Montana that I'm doing. I'm doing the Montana this year. Tina's Montana, and you can search that on YouTube. That is, if you don't know what it is. A lot of people do know what it is. And it is so easy, you guys. I can watch TV and work on that pattern. Easy. And I've done a handful of rows on it. That is going to be my big blanket for 24. I hope to have it done in time to enter at the state fair. I want to enter the Montana, and I want to enter the fruit garden blanket in the state fair this year. And then I have an idea. I know, everybody run for cover. Whenever Dana says she has an idea, everybody run for cover. I want to find a place to sell crochet as the art form that it is, so that you artists can sell your very special pieces for what they are actually worth. I'm not talking about multiplying, you know, the cost of your supplies by 3 or 4 times. No. I'm talking about getting your actual worth and knowing your actual worth. You know, we have great crocheters in this community. Now, there is a market for the less expensive things, right? You know, the scrunchies, the dishcloths, you know, all of these. There is a market for that. It's not a high dollar market, which is fine. There's a place for that. There are people for that. That is a thing, and that is a valuable thing. A lot of people really enjoy that. And I do not want to knock down what they're doing. Ow! You guys gonna have a cup holder party while I'm driving? I don't know. Michael, I don't know what that is. I don't know what is that? Are we behind? Anyway, let me get on with this thought and get us moving. I want to find like interior designers or high-end boutiques, or, you know, a website, not like an Etsy website, but a website where our art, where we are featured as artists, whether you're, you know, in crochet. I'm going to start out with crochet because that's what I know. But, you know, someplace where we are recognized as artists, like painters, you know, they get together with other artists and they put their work in a gallery and they are sold for what they're actually worth. So I am looking for a place to, it's Maker Place. Now, you see, Maker Place, we're still talking Etsy level. I'm talking about getting your worth. Is there a place, tell me about this place in Chicago. Are we talking about like an Afghan that took you so many hours at $25 an hour? It's worth, you know, your price is $1,600 for that Afghan. Are we talking about that kind of place? And I'm hoping if there is, I'm going to contact them. I'm going to look them up. I'm going to research all of this. And I am going to find a way for us to stop devaluing our work. Like I said, you know, if you're, you know, selling stuff, you know, you're getting a lot out there, say at a craft show, you're doing good work, you're selling a lot of those, and you enjoy that, there is nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it breaks my heart to see people say, I can't get what this is worth. Hi, Samantha. Okay. And Karen, that is another thing, you know, that's another aspect of this. You know, this is still in the very beginning stages. This may go, yeah, Afghan, okay. So I hate to make blanket statements because I think in certain shows, like indoor, really nice shows, if it's the right market, the right person's going to come along and pay for it. But I'm talking about finding a way and making a way. The people who will spend that kind of money on crochet, they're out there. How do I know that? Because Robin shared a link with us a while back, and of course I've lost the link, to a website that is selling sweatshop crochet items. And you know what I mean by sweatshop crochet items, for thousands of dollars a piece. You know, those women or those crocheters did not get paid what they're worth for that stuff. And this website is selling stuff for thousands of dollars. Okay, I want to take that idea, but I want it to be, maybe I create a website where we have that kind of clientele, where those are our customers. Because there are customers all over the world that pay outrageous prices because they recognize that this is a one-of-a-kind piece, handmade, that you cannot replicate this on a machine. So I am not going to let anybody give me naysaying, because I believe if they're paying those prices on that website that's owned by Prada, we can figure out a better way. We can do something better, so that we're not talking about sweatshop crochet. We're talking about pieces of art. And yeah, I want to make sure all of you, yeah, I know that is not what I'm talking, that is not the level I'm talking about. I am talking about a very, very high-end level where it's either in a, you know, I will put my stuff in a boutique, where their clientele, this is a high-end part of town, and there are those kind of customers, or I will go worldwide. I will go worldwide on a website and develop a website that is not Etsy, that is not Maker Place, that is not any of those. We're talking, you know, the jet setters who buy handmade unique items for thousands of dollars. They pay what they're worth. I want that to be an option for us because I feel like there's a big rut and we have allowed ourselves to get knocked down, and I want to fix that. Yeah, I think New York is a great market, Marion. I think New York City is a great market. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm also looking at Europe, a European market. Yes, Marion, New York City, those kinds of places. Houston. Do you know that Houston is like considered the next New York? Houston is huge, and Houston is there's a lot of trouble in Houston too, just like in New York City. But that is a high-end city, and Dallas is not far behind it. L.A. You guys. Overseas, and Paris, absolutely, Marion. And Stephanie, I'm actually thinking about coming up with a wholesale price. Now, it may not be, you know, if something's going to sell for $2,000, you may sell it for $1,000 or $1,500, somewhere in there. My idea is that you sell it. You sell it before it is shipped out. I may do some experimenting with some of you. I need to get ready to go. I may do some experimenting with some of you in a little different way, but I have some ideas to actually experiment with some of the stuff I've already made in the Portland area. And you know, by looking at high-end interior designers, you know, will they buy this, you know, pair of throw pillows for a pretty high, you know, a lot higher than we would sell them normally, but that actually gets me my hourly wage of $25 an hour plus materials. And your hourly wage, yeah, it's getting really light out. Yeah. Absolutely. You know, I absolutely get that, Stephanie. And I tell you what, my flower garden blanket, it's not being sent anywhere until it's paid for. But I might experiment with a commission idea. I've been talking to Robin about this. I am looking for a way. Just looking for a way. Hello, Ellen! And see, Ellen and Karen might be people that I will, you know, and people like Karen and Ellen, I may discuss this, you know, in more detail at a later date. But I want to find a way for us to get our hourly wage plus materials out of what we're selling, out of what we're making, and we are talking high-end clients. So, let me get ready to roll, you guys. I don't want to waste any time this morning. Because I only have 8 hours to drive. Okay. One last little chore, and then we're going to go driving down the road. Now, you know, I might do a commission. I might do a local commission if I find the right place to do that. We'll see. But that would just be a step. That would just be for the experience and figuring out the marketplace, figuring out the details. But eventually, I think a website that caters to very high-end clients is the way to go. because then you're not shipping anything out until it's sold. And it would not be an Etsy website, not at all. We're talking high end, because we make high end pieces. You are all artists, and I want you to get paid for being an artist, and I want you to value yourself. Yeah, oh, furniture stores. Now, Marion, oh yeah, high-end furniture stores. Because, okay, somebody get their calculator out. If I spend, let's say 8 hours making a pair of throw pillows, what is that at $25 an hour plus 5, 10, 15, 20, let's say $20 for supplies. So 8 hours at $25 an hour plus $20 for supplies. What is that? 25, that's $220. Right. Okay, yes, Karen, thank you. So I want $220 for a pair of throw pillows. They're going to be mosaic, you know, because they're going to have like a modern design, which is not my style. But and then I'm going to present those to somebody who deals with high-end clients, like a designer, like an interior designer, maybe a furniture store, like Marion was saying. See, we got the wheels turning, you guys. So I want to sell a pair of throw pillows in a design that I don't like, because I'm more Southwestern and, you know, that kind of thing. But I don't see a lot of Southwestern design in higher end design, you know, interior designs or office buildings or, you know, commercial spaces when I watch HGTV. Because I love HGTV. Okay, you guys, we are rolling. Let's get out of here. Let's go tracking. Let's see what Mr. Purple and Green is going to do. I think is he going to come by me, or is he going to back up? He's going to go by me. Llamas. What are we doing, people? Okay, I'm going to follow the flatbed out. Here we go. Here we go. So let's get those wheels turning. There is no reason why we can't have high-end clientele. Like, you know, people with expensive tastes. And we will be giving them value. Well, we're looking to change that here, Ellen. Yeah, we are looking to change that. We're looking, I have a big idea about how to change that. Because if Prada is selling sweatshop crochet items for thousands of dollars a piece, I think we, as artists, can find a better way. Because that website tells me that the market is there, that the customers are real. But they're way above my pay grade, that's for sure. But we are artists. I mean, you know, we don't make junk. And apparently the clientele that shops at that website and others like it, they recognize the value of handmade, of crochet. Now, I don't think we know that. I don't think we know that for sure. I think that's a guess. And the website doesn't say Prada on it. It is some unknown name, but Robin found out that the website is owned by Prada. I use, okay, so we were taught to take the minimum wage in our area and double it and come up with an hourly rate, because we're worth at least that, right? We are worth it. You guys are worth more than what you're getting if you're selling. And I want to get us out of the mindset of thinking that, you know, we have to settle. I am looking for a way to market to the right people in a way that's easy for you guys. You are artists, and you should be displayed in a high-end gallery. We're not talking about selling in a specific area, Ellen. We're talking about selling to the jet setters all over the world. I know my area where I live in Idaho, it's cheap. And it's been made cheap mostly because of a couple of crocheters who are not selling for a profit. They are selling, there's this one gal, she drives me up the wall. She is not a good crocheter. You know, it's not pretty because she crochets so fast, she doesn't have very good stitches. She's got tails sticking out, and she makes character hats and charges $5 a piece, which barely covers her cost. She's not doing the old ridiculous, you know, cost of yarn times 3 kind of thing. Her number one goal is to outsell everybody else. And she thinks she is by sheer number of items that she sells, but she is not outselling them because she's charging so little. And she's not even covering her cost of the booth. And she does this at every craft show in the Treasure Valley. And I can talk till I'm blue in the face to people who take a fingering weight yarn and make the most beautiful, delicate baby sets. We're talking, you know, little, you know, baby shirt with a baby cardigan and booties and socks and a hat. What did I get? I got like the main piece, which is what, like a little dress and a little cardigan and either a little hat or a little pair of booties, done in the most beautiful, delicate baby pink yarn with curly, little tiny pearly white beads in it. She wanted to sell me that set for $15. And I told her, don't you dare. No, Dana, I can't get any more than that in this market. I said, you stop letting that so-and-so dictate to you what you sell. And I sent her way more. $15 for that set. Ridiculous. It was the most beautiful, beautiful set, and it took her, you know, some time to make that, and it was flawless. That's what I'm saying. Maybe somebody gave her the yarn, maybe the yarn was a gift or something, but I know, right? Exactly. That is ridiculous. 3-piece set, and it was just beautiful. She wanted to charge me $15 for that. Give me a break. That's what this other crocheter has done to the market there. $5 for a character hat. I know, Ellen. And she is the sweetest gal. I love her. She's part of our crochet group there in Idaho. Love her. Haven't seen her for a couple years now. She is an amazing crocheter. Traffic alert. 1160 reported a major accident. I-5 southbound at mile marker 233. Big rigs. Okay. Thanks, Leonard. What state? Because I-5 goes through 3 different states. There are 3 different mile marker 233s. Thanks, Leonard. Helpful. Not. Of course, I'm not southbound, but still. I bet there are guys screaming at their message right now. Just screaming at him. He is constantly doing this. Mile marker 233 in what freaking state? Because we run in all 3. Duh. Well, yeah, I'm thinking there's a 233 Seattle in Washington State, like Seattle or north of Seattle. I think before you leave Canada, there's a 233. In California, and this load delivers tomorrow morning in Lebanon, Oregon. So all I-5, of course. I only have 8 hours left on my 70-hour clock, so I'm in drive for 7.5, 8 hours. And I did look to see, so that's going to be like, I don't know. Let's see, 240, 480 miles. It'll be less than 500. To what? To what? Air Force Base. Somebody's Air Force Base. Hang on. Air Force Base. I gotta get around the corner here. Beale. Where's Beale? Oh, Amy, I think, you might be onto something there. I'm just trying not to drop any real F-bombs in a video anymore. I have done it. I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to clean up my language. North of Sacramento. Okay. Gosh, I don't know where though. Like right north? Like close to the airport kind of north? Okay, yeah. So, or are we talking like Dunnigan, Willows, how? I have never noticed it running up and down I-5. Of course, that's all I do anymore is run up and down I-5. I did get to go to Denver from Southern California the last time I came down, which was great until I hit Point of Rocks, Wyoming, and then life went in the toilet because it took me a half a day to get out of Point of Rocks, and then I made it to Stanfield, Oregon. Ooh, that guy's got a short in his lights. And I made it to Stanfield, Oregon rest area, and I spent 2 nights there. And then I crawled out of there, and I went to the Dalles, rescued a load. Oh, you have no idea? I have no idea either. But I bet Amy knows right where it's at. I don't think I've ever noticed maybe there is a sign. I'm just too, dulled. I'm too dulled by I-5 to recognize the sign, if there is a sign, pointing to the Air Force Base north of Sacramento. Sort of. Okay. Anyway, I am working hard for you guys as artists, and I value you as artists. To find you this worldwide market. I am working on it because I feel like we've gotten to the point where we have really devalued ourselves. And I'm, you know, I talk big, but it you know, the idea of, like, let's say I talk somebody into letting me display my flower garden blanket in their craft booth in a really nice, like, indoor venue, you know, really nice place, or in a boutique somewhere, and I put a $1,600 price tag on it. So I need to prove, first of all, that it's a real thing to get those prices. And so this is not something I'm going to do overnight, if I do it at all. I mean, I have to test the waters, and I'm willing to do that, not only for myself, but for you guys. We should be retiring off some of these pieces that we're making. Seriously. And if I did a website that was, you know, high dollar like that, I wouldn't call it just a crochet place. Thank you, Cindy. I wouldn't call it just a crochet. It would be like a fiber arts marketplace or a fiber art gallery. You know, I have to find out what the language is for that level of society. Way above this white trash queen of the trailer park, you know, person. But I see those prices, not just on that website that was owned by Prada, but I've seen a couple of others. Some of the pieces we've made should have, you know, given us enough money to seed our retirement fund. And I'm not saying that because of the, you know, I'm not on this because of the fruit garden blanket that I made. The only reason my fruit garden blanket beat the sunflower granny square, which was the only other blanket in my division, is not because of me. It's because of the designer. It's because of the pattern itself. And you know, all the credit for that goes to Jane Crowfoot as the designer. It's just a more complicated design than the sunflower granny, which that sunflower granny that was right next to my blanket was a beautiful blanket because she did it in these kind of lighter, more muted colors. It wasn't done like a sunflower. It was just done, it was kind of like a dahlia. I mean, it was done in these great colors, but the pattern isn't as complicated as the fruit garden. So I believe in my heart, it's not that I'm so great, it's that the pattern was so wonderful. And if the only reason I was able to execute it was because of all her help. All the help that we get to execute that pattern is there. So this isn't about the fruit garden. This is about these amazing pieces that you guys make. And it breaks my heart to see you, you know, really let yourself be pigeonholed into what goes on in your area and what you've experienced. there's more out there. I know there's more out there for us. And I'm willing to go out there and embarrass myself and find out what I can find out. Okay, sorry dude, I can't get over. Can't get over for you. Probably wouldn't anyway, because you got to figure out how to merge. So that is my latest big idea. And in looking at all the things that, you know, I want to accomplish this year, I did consider, you know, not doing the Christmas and July fairies, and not doing the Christmas wheel Afghan. But Amber has inspired me. She has inspired me to set these goals and make them a priority. I don't want to make them such a priority that it's stressful, that it's pressure, and that it's no longer any fun. But I've got to do more. I have to do more. So over this weekend, I am doing the Pacific Northwest Yarny Social for hopefully the first weekend in October. We can nail down that venue. Maybe we'll do it at the end of September. I don't know. I moved it from that weekend in 23 because somebody here in the YouTube community said that's the one weekend she couldn't go, and that she would go if you moved it. So I moved it. Never heard another word. So I'm going back to my favorite weekend. Price is going to be substantially higher than it was last year, because I'm kind of tired of going in the hole on it. I did finally get paid from the Eventbrite. I won't be using them again. They take such a high percentage though. They really bump up the price, and I don't like that. So the meeting between the three of us tomorrow, we will address that and how to collect ticket sales. We're going to cap it at 30 people because that's really all the venue will hold. 30 regular attendees plus the vendors for vendor day. And the vendors were great. Oh, one vendor backed out on us the morning of the vendor day, like that first day of the show. But we had 3 great ones. I mean great ones. They were just perfect. Yarn, and more yarn, and we had Pampered Chef, and we had L.O.C, and we had these earrings. We had earrings. We had all kinds of stuff. And the other thing, a couple other things to remind you guys of. One is I think it's April 12th through the 19th of 2025 of next year is the Alaskan Crochet Cruise. And those sell out early, so that's why I put down my deposit and am making interest-free payments between now and the first part of December to pay for that. My single, with, you know, no discounts or anything, was like $1,600 and something. And it's in the belly of the ship, because I told her I want to be as close to that coffee lounge. Yes, that's the next thing we're talking about, is the square swap. So we've got the scarf challenges going on right now. February 1st, we're going to start really giving all the information about the square swap, the spring square swap. And on March 1st, I will start putting those groups together. I'll start accepting the emails for those who want to participate in February. And I will continue to put groups together until the end of March. And then you have so you're going to have February, March, and April to do your 12 squares that are blocked out to 10 inches each. And then on May 1st is our dead drop. That's the day that you have to have them in the post office hands. Now, no animal fibers, please, because of allergies. And yes, they are blocked out to 10 inches and mailed so that they don't have to be steamed or blocked again. It is U.S. only. I will be reaching out some Canadians and, some people overseas, maybe in the UK, would want to host the same thing. Because these will cost more than just a little Christmas ornament. And you're sending out 11 of them instead of 9. Because they're going to be 12 people per group. So, you will make 12 of these squares in some kind of synthetic or natural fiber, as long as it isn't an animal fiber. I don't care what weight of yarn it is. It doesn't matter what weight of yarn it is, as long as, you crochet it till it's what? 9.5 inches, depending on the fiber, how well it will block out. You're going to block it out to 10 inches. You're going to make 12 of them, and you're going to be in a group of 12 people. And you will mail out one to each of the other people in your group, and you will get one from each of the other people in your group, and you will end up with 12 squares that you can put together and make into our spring friendship blanket. Is that what we're going to call it? Our spring friends blanket. And I will be doing a tutorial in February on blocking, on how, the different ways that I've blocked my squares. Yay! Hi, Ellen. It's going to be fun! Yeah, so I will start accepting emails after February 1st for Let's Just Be Friends. You scared Niles. You say the word love and Niles starts backpedaling. Typical man. So yes, I'm going to start talking to those in the UK, and overseas, Europe, South Africa, and see if they want to do it. It is going to be so much fun. Paula, you scared him. You scared him. You know how guys are. You start throwing the L word around. Backing? Oh, I'm not doing a backing. Oh, I'm blocking and on joining. Yes, yeah. So, all of those things are available to any of us who like to upload videos, content creators. We will, we'll do that. That's the plan. I'm definitely going to be doing a tutorial on blocking. I'm sorry, I can't read that much at once. The letters are too small, and I'm driving in a dog pack right now. Sorry, Cindy. Something. I'll come back and see it later. Yeah. I gotta be, 3 words at a time. 3 words at a time. Let's have a little bacon. Oh, Cindy's leaving. Okay, Cindy. Also, I want to encourage all of you to look up the YouTube Yarny, the seasonal, here it is, I got it. The seasonal Yarny YouTube hop, hosted by the Crafty Nomad. It's been going on for a couple of years now, and it is so fun. Paul, oh yeah, he's gonna start backpedaling. You know, let's just be friends. Oh, he didn't catch it that time. Maybe he's whimpering in the corner. You scared him. Scared him. Typical guy. Oh, he wimped out on that one, Pat. You got to try it again. Oh, he's mean. He is mean. So we've got the scarf challenge. We've got the spring square swap, but I want you guys to check out the seasonal Yarny YouTube hop. Let's get rid of that. Okay, seasonal Yarny YouTube hop. Search that on YouTube, and it is a fun thing. Lots of people are joining in on that. I joined in like once in the fall, like 2 years ago, and I've been wanting to do it ever since. But I let myself get overwhelmed. So I have started on a project using Happy Place yarn, you guys. Who here has heard of Happy Place yarn? Raise your hand. Let's see those hands. From Tony at TL Yarncraft and Hobby. So I ordered 3 balls of the solid in 3 different colors, and I am making something now for the spring Yarny YouTube hop, which is the first, Happy Place yarn, you guys. It is 50% cotton. Oh, Mary's heard of it. 50% cotton and 50% superwash merino. Yummy yarn. It is yummy yarn, and I am making something for the spring. And what happens is those videos all come up the first day of maybe you scared him, Pat. I think he's easily frightened. He's got a real ego problem. What does that say? Let's see. What it is the seasonal Yarny YouTube hop. Oh, Hirschner's had it. Really? Well, I bought it from Hobby. It's not cheap. It is not cheap, you guys. I think I paid $9 a ball plus shipping from Hobby. Woo! But I am making something to reveal on. He is very mad at me. You scare him. You scare him, Pa. The first day of spring, which is sometime in March. I don't know what day that is. But that's the day all these videos are going to be coming up. And it's all about giving you guys inspiration, you know, for what you want to do, what you want to crochet next. And it is fun to watch all those videos. I like that way better than any video every day and whatever. I can't stand those. Can't stand those. Those just, ugh. That's like fingernails on a chalkboard for me. Oh, Barbara. You scared him. You scared him. This bacon from Pilot, it's got, you know, good tasty flavor to it, but it's kind of like shoe leather. And it's paper thin. Paper thin. Do any of you have an Albertsons or a Safeway within driving distance? Or maybe, I think a Vons. I've never been to a Vons, but I see that name under the group of companies. I don't know what a Vons is. But Safeway and Albertsons, if you go to the meat counter and you look behind the case there, they are selling 1/2 inch thick bacon. It's called their super thick. Some of it is just regular smoked and some of it is their applewood smoked. It is amazing. And you cook it up so it's crispy on the outside and it's so tender on the inside. It's like slabs of, it's slabs of pork belly. And it is so good and so rich. I take payback. I love Safeway and Albertsons. I throw rocks at anything else. Fred Meyer, let me tell you something. Fred Meyer has the worst meat selection, which is kind of heartbreaking because we grew up going to Fred Meyer in Oregon City. But now that I'm an adult and I know what I want, besides Breyer horses, their meat selection is terrible. It is awful. Because I eat a lot of steak. It's just one person. I'm not feeding a family, so. And it takes me all day to eat a whole steak. So, Rayleigh's. Now, we have a Rayleigh's. Yes. Kroger owns. Yeah. I couldn't read all of that, but yes. I used to work at the Fred Meyer Distribution Center in Clackamas, Oregon. And at that time, that was like 2000, 2001, right in there. I was working there during 9/11. And Kroger owns Fred Meyer, Kroger, Dillon's, QVC, Ralph's, and King Super, and probably more. And now they're trying to acquire Safeway and Albertsons. We aren't going to have a choice. It's all going to be a monopoly. And I really don't like shopping under the Kroger heading. I didn't read all of your sentence, Karen. I'm going to say that place tried to, okay, well, I don't support who owns Kroger. I don't want to be nasty. I have no desire to be nasty, but I don't support the group that owns Kroger. So, I don't know if you have those personal boundaries or not, Karen. You might. Yeah. That's why I have trouble with Pepsi and KFC and now Arctic Circle. I mean, come on, it's Arctic Circle. All of that. It concerns me. I tell you what, if I'm hungry and the only restaurant around is KFC, I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna starve to death or suffer. Like I'm never gonna starve to death. I will not die of starvation in my lifetime. I'm pretty sure. I eat too much. But if I felt like I really, really wanted to eat and that's what was around, I would go in there. I shopped at Fred Meyer's the other day because I delivered there. Oh, okay. I delivered to Fred Meyer's in Spokane the other night and I needed to restock on some meat. you know, the one thing that I think they kind of fail at, I went in a chuck. I found one good chuck steak, and I found like one or two decent looking ribeyes. I tend to lean towards a chuck steak, especially if there's a chuck eye, which is the eye of the chuck roast. Oh my goodness, that is the best steak on the planet. It's the best part of the cow. But anything chuck, like a chuck steak, a chuck eye. If I, you know, was ambitious, I'd buy a whole chuck roast and cut it into steaks. They had a couple, and I've been able to, like yesterday, this chuck steak that I heated up this morning. Can't do pork products. I gotcha. I heated up what was left of this chuck steak from yesterday. I did that this morning, and I'm kind of munching on it this morning. That came from Fred Meyer's, and I bought from Fred Meyer's because, you know, I'm not going to go driving around the city of Spokane looking for my favorite grocery store. You just can't do that in a truck. And I was there delivering their product from the grocery warehouse. They are yummy. And oh yeah, they had at least one good big chuck steak, and I bought it. And then I think I bought two ribeyes that were decent looking, that weren't all, you know, trimmed off. And so yeah, I went into Fred Meyer's. I was grateful that I was right there and able to restock my little refrigerator in here. So I didn't have to resort to the frozen hamburger patties in the little freezer. I was not in dire straits, that's for sure. But my choices, I choose for personal reasons and for, you know, the reasons for, you know, not having good choices. Those two reasons. I prefer not to shop at Fred Meyer's. And like I said, that breaks my heart because my brother and I grew up as kids always going, there was either the big store, which was Fred Meyer's, or we went to the baby store, which was the little get and go convenience store. Are we going to the big store today or the baby store? And I remember going in there talking my mom into buying, you know, the next greatest Breyer horse that they had in there. Because Fred Meyer's is grocery, clothing, variety, I mean camping, kids, I mean it is an all-in-one kind of store, right? And I talked her into buying Stud Spider, which was the latest horse from Breyer, and it's a black Appaloosa with a good white blanket on its hips. And anyway, my mom was complaining because it was over $7 to buy that Breyer horse. And what do they cost now? I haven't got a Breyer horse probably since then. Because they are spendy. And now you can get Breyer horses that are a different scale than the ones they did back then. All the yummy. Autocorrect. Yeah. So yeah, their meat selection is poor, and I mean the people at Fred Meyer stores, I have never ran into an employee at a Fred Meyer store that I didn't like. They are polite, they're friendly, they're helpful, knowledgeable, they're wonderful. Southbound on I-5. Thanks, Leonard. If it happened in California, it happened behind me because I'm at the 591 right now. If it happened in Oregon, it'll be further north than I get tonight. so it's not going to affect me. But Leonard has got to start putting the state that the accident is in, because we're like, well, which mile marker 233 are we talking about? All right. Leonard is, he's a nice guy. He, I think went on, you know, like, what do you call it when you get hurt? Light duty. I think he went on, he got hurt and he went on light duty. And what they did was they had him in front of a computer all day doing stuff for the safety department. No clue what that was, but yeah, I mean, he's on there reminding me when I forget to certify my logs. He's on there telling me that my forward-facing camera is pointed too high. Well, I'm not going to point it straight down because that thing will be going off every 5 minutes, squawking at me. But Leonard is a nice guy, and I called him and talked to him about, you know, the roads ahead of me, what I needed some emotional backup, basically, on not running yet. But then I ended up running a couple hours later. But anyway, Leonard is a nice guy. But he's a truck driver, for crying out loud. And I think, I'm getting the impression that he is now full-time in safety, like in the office. And like he gives us, you know, traffic updates like this, and he gave us a traffic update like that yesterday, and again, there was no state. Many times he'll give a traffic update, and then immediately after it says, oh sorry, this is in Oregon, or oh sorry, this is in Washington. He's still forgetting to put the state in there as to where this traffic incident is, because there are 3 mile marker 233s on I-5. One in each state. He'll catch on. I mean, he's not a dumb guy. He's just got to figure it out. Figure it out. Oh, I got a 10th Street message. That means somebody wants to hire me or something. Or they're running my motor vehicle report. My driving record. Somebody's checking me out. That's a pretty good guess. They pay more than what I'm making now. That's right, Ellen. He'll figure it out. He'll get it. He'll get enough drivers screaming at him. Hey, what state? Leonard? Because, like, he doesn't check the message. He doesn't look at the Samsara messages. Like, he sends me a message saying that I need to lower my forward-facing camera, because I kicked it up so that it would stop squawking at me every 5 minutes. There's a real sweet spot there to where it stops yelling at you, but yet the view is still, like, it protects us if somebody hits us and we kill them or something. It protects us. So I appreciate having a forward-facing camera. I don't appreciate that it squawks at me. It tells me that I'm speeding when I'm governed at a speed that doesn't even go the speed limit. So, yeah, we got that going on. It tells me, like the truck, the forward-facing radar down below will tell me by looking at a shadow from an overpass, and the engine will start braking, like the engine will start compressing, like Jake braking, because it thinks I'm going to hit something, when it's just a shadow from the overpass. So anyway, those kind of things go on in this truck. But, so he tells me that I need to lower it. So I lower it a little bit, and then I immediately, because I was sitting, so I immediately reached up, lowered it, and I immediately sent a message back saying, okay, how does that look? Silence. Crickets for 3 weeks. Okay, this is our second request, Dana, for you to lower that camera. Oh. Okay, Leonard. He got, I don't know if he ever read that message, but yeah, it was an earful. And I lowered it a third time. This is our third request for you to lower. I did lower it. I did lower it, you dork. He's got to look for a response. He's got to at least check once or twice. Finally, I just flat told him that's where it's sitting because I don't want it to alert me every time I get near a damn tree or a fence post. So there. It is pretty tasty bacon. It's like shoe leather and it's paper thin. But it's got a good flavor to it. And so does that chuck steak from yesterday that I reheated. Of course, it's all cold now. I eat a lot of cold food. A lot of cold food. Oh, I need to plug in my ear thing. I have radiation-free earbuds. They are not wireless because that would definitely not be radiation-free. I don't like putting microwave strength radiation in my ears. Okay. So I gotta plug this in because my DM will be calling me at some point. And I will turn the camera around and kind of motion that I have a phone call when that happens. He will be calling me. What time is it? 8:03. I'm surprised he hasn't called me yet, but he will. He'll check in, see how we're doing. Doris! Doris! What are you working on, Doris? I'm just rattling away, blah, 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 driving up I-5. So this load, I only had 8 hours on my clock when I started this morning, Doris. And I started in Dunnigan, California. So I'm going to deliver in Lebanon, Oregon. And then I'm going to sit there for the weekend to reset my clock. And I don't know which direction I'm going to go when I leave there Monday morning. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And I have a meeting, a video chat meeting tomorrow afternoon about the Yarny Social this year, first weekend in October, I believe. I'll probably be making some phone calls this next week to secure the hotel, the venue. Good chuck steak. How are your little crocheters doing, Doris? I want to hear how your daughter is doing. It seems like, what did you say? Your son he's tried, he's not quite there yet, but he seems like he wants to learn. Catch me up. Catch me up. Good chuck steak. Oh, on waking up. Okay. I can't read all of that. I can't read it all. Breakfast and started on school. That's right, because you homeschool. I'll see what that says just a second. About the future of the company he works for, company he owns, company. Oh, we had a little spin there. We had a little spin. A little pause in the video. My 10-year-old son is making scarves. Ah, cool. Get rid of this. Ugh. Well, almost made it to Willow's. That's where I wanted to get to yesterday. I had so many projects started. They're getting, yep. Time for a scorched earth challenge for your daughter. Is he making scarves just for the sake of making scarves? Is he doing the scarf challenge? I love that your 10-year-old son is crocheting. I love that your kids, your daughter and your son, are crocheting. I know, I have startitis. I have it really bad. Really bad startitis. Finish it or frog it. I have to say that whenever I come across. Oh, I love that. Love that. Love that. Dun, 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 dun. Broke down motorhome. It's a cutie. It's a cute little Class C. Old one though. Okay, I'm doing, that guy's doing 58 because he is towing a work truck. Yeah, he's doing 58. I want to do 59. I want to do 50. Oh, there's a Tractor Supply. I'd really like to go in there, but I don't have time. I need something from Tractor Supply or a feed store while I'm sitting this weekend, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get that done. I might have to Uber while I'm sitting at the 1-9 in Lebanon, Oregon, Albany, South Albany. What I really need to go to is the Gerber Farm Supply feed store. Because I need some stall pellets, some bedding pellets for here in the truck, because I'm getting a little low. And that's not something a girl wants to get low on when she's driving truck. Am I catching this guy? Yes, I love it. You know, I used to, so, especially in the wintertime, I had lost a bunch of weight. And I was wearing insulated coveralls, you know, like Carhartts or Dickies or something. And I would go out and feed horses in the morning. Then I would work horses. And then in the afternoon, I'd put on, you know, my favorite bra and do my hair and go to Big R to go shopping. Of course, I'm still wearing the coveralls. So, going shopping at Big R, which is the ranch supply store there, in Falcon, Colorado. That was my social, you know, my social event of the day. go check out all the little chicks that were starting to come in and get some more grain or, you know, stall pellets, you know, bedding pellets. I was buying those. Oh man. You remember Big R? Well, we still have a lot of Big R in Colorado. This was in Falcon, Colorado, and I miss going to that store every day or every other day. And in the wintertime, that's where I bought hay. I used to get these 120-pound, 120-pound bales of mix, alfalfa grass mix, for like $60, and that was expensive back then. Now it's probably twice that much. Probably $1 a pound for a dang. You know, maybe I'll do that on, if I have time on Saturday, Marion. I'm not going to be doing videos on Sundays. Sundays are not video days, I've decided. If I have time on Saturday, I might do that, but I do have that video chat, and I have the Bible study Noah scarf to work on, and that's something that I don't, when I do that, I'm going through the process of reading the chapter, you know, praying, reading the chapter. Yeah, probably, yeah, it's way more. My mom is really complaining because it's time for her to buy another load of hay, and I wish I could help her. If I have time to do a sit and stitch, oh, did you just pass a hay truck? If I have time to do a sit and stitch, I think that would be a lot of fun, Marion. And that has crossed my mind, so thank you for reminding me. If I have time to do that, you know, after I work pretty hard, I want to finish at least part 3 of the Noah scarf tomorrow. And like I said, that's not a sit and, you know, go live or watch TV. That is doing the Bible study. So while crocheting, and then hopefully we do it earlier in the afternoon. I don't know what time we're doing our video meeting about the Ernie Social, so we'll see. I think that's a great idea, Marion. I just may run out of time, because it gets to be 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm kind of done for the day. I get sleepy. Okay, we're all getting over because we're all camping out on the shoulder up here. Okay. Prayers for Doris's hubby. Too much. We're in Artois, California. Oh, you got a lot going on this weekend, Stephanie? When's your next show? I know I've asked you before. When is your next show, Stephanie? Because we're all going to be rooting for you to have a good show. I forgot. You told me, because I've asked you this probably a couple times now. But you know, I didn't write it down. I didn't commit it to memory. I have got to get around this little wrecker. If we do a sit and stitch, maybe I'll work on one of my squares. For the squares, farmers market in May. Okay, so we're rooting for Stephanie to have a highly successful farmers market in May with her crochet in May. I think it'd be great if I worked on my squares for the square swap. Okay, this guy is Oh, he's still doing, according to my thing, he's still doing 58. I'm going to bump up to 60. See if I can get around him after these two cars pass me. Maritza, hola, ¿cómo está? Buenos días. Yes. Yes. Go, Stephanie. Go, Stephanie. She's crocheting like mad. I'd love to see a picture of your setup. I've never done a show like that, you know, with a booth or a table. So I'm always curious to see the setup. I know that I've seen Robin's because she did a setup there at the Yarny Social, and plus we've seen videos of her doing her setup, and hers looks really nice. There's so many different ways, so many different creative ways. I'd love to see yours, a picture of yours. I'm working on squares. That would be a good idea, Marion. Hopefully I find the time to do it. I don't procrastinate on everything else. Thank you, Stephanie. I would love that. I always love to see everybody else's creativity. What you did. Oh, that's a cute wrecker. It's kind of cute. I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to get a ticket, but I also don't want to waste any time today. I've got 7 hours and 36 minutes left on my 70-hour clock. So I'm not getting very far. Yeah, the cute little wrecker. Yes, it was cute. Had a cute paint job on it, checkered flag. Oh, everybody's so upset because the truck driver took so long to pass the wrecker. I ruined their day. I get flipped off a lot. I see a lot of driving fingers. Let's see, this guy's doing 57 in front of me, so I'm gonna, after this one Ford goes by, this Ford pickup coming up behind me, and I'm gonna get over and go around the guy in front of me because he's doing 57, 58. There goes the little Ford pickup. Okay, I'm doing 61 and I'm looking for CHP. Ah! Hope that's not CHP right behind me. I don't think so, but no, I don't think so. Kind of that gray silver kind of color of that car. She's breaking the law. I'll get around this guy and get back down to 59 where I'm comfy. And I don't think I'm going to get a ticket. Okay, big boy, coming by ya. Oh, he's driving a Cascadia. It's not as pretty as mine, though. Mine is prettier. My spiffy truck, she's spiffy. Come on, girl. You can beat that old broke down 2022 version. Come on, girl. You got less miles on you, I'm sure. I've only got 94,000 on this truck. It had 1105 on it when they first handed me this truck. So I've put some miles on her. And all that time that I was sitting at home in the urn bus in December, she spent, there was a couple thousand put on her, but she spent most of that time in the warranty shop, in the Freightliner shop. Oh, they're flooring it now. Oh, they had to wait. Oh, he had to wait such a long time for that truck. Oh, his day is ruined. Oh, there are some cute ponies in that pasture. Ponies and roosters and hens. It's my kind of place. I love ponies. They're special. Ponies are special. I used to work with these horses in Idaho called blazer horses. They're technically a pony, but don't ever tell a blazer horse owner that their horse is a pony. They get all offended. That it's a blazer horse, it's not a pony. Well, it's less than 14 2 hands, so your horse is a pony. But they have the most willing mind. I love ponies. If you don't get a snotty little nasty one, that's usually been mistreated, I actually prefer the blazer horses. I'm a quarter horse person. I've trained quarter horses, and I've trained a few other breeds for many, many years. I was a horse trainer and a riding instructor. The most willing mind I ever dealt with was a blazer horse, which is technically a breed of, oh crap, that's a cop. And I was still doing 61. I'm gonna get over. Please don't come after me. He's not, I don't think. I was still doing 61. He gave me a break. Okay, bring it back down to 59, Dana, and keep it there. La 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 la. Yeah, he's still sitting there. But anyway, I think ponies, when they're trained correctly, are amazing for building a kid's confidence. The last I was doing what I called flipping ponies. I would buy a pony and I would rehab that pony because most of the time you get a hold of a pony and who has trained that horse? Nobody with any skill. You got kids riding it, you got adults getting on it that are probably too heavy for their back, and none of them are trainers. It is very hard to find a good, well-trained pony. So I was buying ponies and retraining them so that they are kind of, those are cool looking horses, Doris. I've only seen pictures and videos. I have never seen one in person. But I've had halflingers in my barn that I was training. Those were cool. And seriously, I'm a quarter horse person. I worked for an Arabian trainer. She is quintessential Arabians out of Colorado. She is Colorado's best kept secret when it comes to responsible, great breeding,
Actually, they can have manners. They can have manners, but they're not trained to have manners, and so you got snotty little ponies because they haven't been trained, right? Yeah, they haven't been taught to have manners the way, you know, a good, well-trained horse, they've been taught, okay, this may, you know, go against your herd mentality, dude, but this is my space and you are not invited in it. However, this is your space, and I, because I'm higher in the hierarchy, can come into that space respectfully anytime I want. Yeah, they're just going to try to overpower a pony, and that just makes a resentful pony. And I buy those resentful ponies and teach them a better way. And the last one I bought, he ended up literally a cow pony. Those kids on that ranch used him to rope calves and go branding and move cattle, and he was a very beloved pony. His name was Finnegan, and he was a red roan, and let me tell you, he had a red-headed attitude. He was a little redhead, and he was cranky. But I worked on him and sold him. He got sold to the Callahan livestock auction and went to a ranch, and those kids loved him. And then I lost track of him. That was the last one I did. But that was the thing, because I had lost so much weight, and I was at the perfect weight, and of course I'm short-legged. I'm not like, you know, these really good trainers with their long trainer legs. I do better with a shorter horse because I got short, stubby legs, and so I was able to work with these ponies and rehab them. I was flipping ponies, and I was getting ready before all of that stopped after my husband died. I was working at a deal with a local used tack shop. Her name was Mary, and she had a great tack shop there in Falcon, Colorado, and we were going to work out little package deals where I'd bring the pony in, we would fit some tack to him, and then I would, you know, offer the pony for sale at this price, and it includes all this tack, and if you want to try him out, we'll go over there to Latigo and put that tack on him, and your kid, and you will have well-fitting tack that will not hurt the horse, and your kid won't be fumbling around with, you know, tack that's too big for the pony or the wrong size for the kid. And that would be a whole package deal where they bought the pony for me and they bought the tack from Mary, and we were getting ready to do that. But, you know, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. That was fun, though. That was a fun time in my life to work with those ponies and to get those kids a horse that they could actually, you know, build confidence on. Of course, I taught them to work cattle, to barrel race. I did a little roping off of them. I'm not that great of a roper, but it was Western disciplines, because that's my jam. It would have been cool. God laughs, all. Yeah. Oh, that's what you planned on doing, and you were sure that was going to happen? Here's a better path. I love ponies. And then when I moved to Idaho, I discovered these blazer horses, and they're a short horse. They're a large pony, but they're amazing. And I would love to retire somewhere maybe close to that area in Colorado and do the same thing, only bringing in blazer horses to do it, and also crocheting, crocheting for a living. That would be an amazing retirement. But that's another one of those things, you know, I would love to do that, but probably, you know, it probably won't happen. It would be great. I would love that life. I would love to live that life while I'm still physically capable. where are we? We've been on the road. We had 8 hours. Oh, probably an hour and a half. Oh, I can see right there, an hour and 17 minutes. I wish that would highlight up. Yeah, an hour and 17 minutes I've been on the road. And I haven't had to pull over and use the little steering wheel holders room. Wouldn't that be fun, Doris? Those Blazer horses, I really have a passion for them. And I think it would be great if I lived there in El Paso County, Colorado, and had a place to do all this, or in Elbert County, somewhere in there. I love that area. And I would be importing Blazer horses from Idaho, because there are very few Blazer horses across the country outside of Idaho. Okay, Ellen. Have a great day. Thank you for coming in. But I would love to import Blazer horses from Colorado. That's something that's another creative outlet for me, is training. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I could do a couple of, rescue type purchases, but mostly I would get the ones that are registered with the Blazer Horse Association, and sell them to kids who are moving up from their beginner horses. They need that next stage. Now, when I was growing up, a lot of times that next stage was a POA. They're called the Pony of Americas. Well, that's like a Pony Arabian, and that is a very sensitive, very kind of a hot-blooded horse, and I'm not sure I would put an intermediate kid. I'd put an intermediate rider on a PO, an adult rider on a POA. Crystal Peaks. No, I haven't. Crystal Peaks. Is that in Oregon? Anyway, I think the POAs are beautiful ponies. Pony of the Americas. They are, well, and they've got some, they're an Appaloosa color. They're usually kind of roaned out, but they're spotted horses. They are a pony, and they are of Arabian blood. And I would rather see these kids get on a Blazer horse first than between Bend and Sisters. Can you see it from the highway coming in from Sisters? Because I've probably driven by it several times. I don't know of too many of the ranches here in Oregon, even though Eastern Oregon is where I grew up. I know a few more, not all of them, but I know of more in Colorado than I do in Oregon. You can see their turnoff. Okay, so I've probably seen that. Especially if there's a sign, I've probably seen that. It's been a while since I've cut across through Sisters, and then, what I love is I post on Facebook, I'm in Sisters, Oregon, and then a couple hours later, I'm in Brothers, Oregon. I think that's fun. I prefer Brothers, Oregon to Sisters, Oregon, but they rehab horses and have for kid. Oh, cool. See, and I am not trained to, I can rehab a horse. I can't rehab a kid or a person. I don't have that kind of expertise and education and experience. But there are a lot of ranch kids around that area in Colorado that I like, and a lot of they like to go to the little Kit Carson rodeos which is, it's basically a rodeo slash play. You know, they do barrels and poles, and I'm not sure if they do goats or not, but I like to sell to those kids. Like, they are ready. They want to come out a little faster than they did on the old plow horse they had before. Because a blazer horse, they're not super fast, but they will give you their heart. They will give you every ounce of their soul to please you. And I loved giving lessons on those horses, because I taught those kids that horse is giving you everything he's capable of. He's giving you his heart. You need to give him yours. We are not going to yank on his mouth. We are not going to jab him with spurs. There are no spurs allowed in any of my lessons. No spurs. We teach those horses to be lighter on the side, so you don't have to jab them with a spur. Because when the professionals use spurs, they know how to keep those spurs out of that horse, and they only tap them when needed. Where an amateur with spurs is just going to make a hard-sided horse that's constantly bracing himself against the spur. It is only true professionals that should ever be wearing spurs. I don't ever wear spurs because I don't have enough time in to be good enough with a spur. Especially when you're in the heat of competition and they're just kicking you just kick, going all the way home from third barrel, and they have their heels turned into that horse. No. You are creating a hard-sided, bracing horse. Yeah. Don't even show up with spurs in my presence. There is a time and a place for them. Don't like spurs. And I tried to teach these girls, these gamers. They came to one of my barrel racing clinics, and there was a big rule: no spurs. And on the third day, they came riding in with these big, hard, like, they weren't even roping spurs. They were sharp, roweled spurs. And I said, get out of the arena. There's a reason why your horse won't bend and relax and lift himself going around the barrel. He's bracing against the pain. Get out of my arena. Not gonna happen. No spurs. There's my rant. I went off on a tangent there. Oh wow, I'm only 13 miles from Red Bluff. That's good, because I need fuel. I got to get fuel in Reading. Don't let me forget to get fuel at the TA in Reading. I'm down under 3/8. Gotta get fuel, and we'll probably stop the live feed when we get into Reading. I'll let you guys go, because there's probably lots of. I think I saw that Robin over at Roaming with Rover, blah 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 blah. She looked like she uploaded her Finish It Friday or something. I do have a link in the description box for her hook review video. I have a link to Amber's latest video, Fostering Crochet. You quit your complaining there, Spiffy. And to Darla, the Crafty Yarn Owl with Darla, her latest tutorial, which is a shawl. It's very pretty. And in the meantime, I am still going to be looking for a way for us to have an outlet to sell worldwide, sell our items worldwide in a way that gets us what we're worth. And I'll tell you how I came up with my rate of $25 an hour for my crochet. If you take your state's minimum wage and double it, you're at a good starting point. That's a good place to start. Now, what is Oregon's, Doris? It's like 14 or 15 bucks an hour. It's something like that. Well, I'm an Idaho resident, and they haven't raised, it's 8 something an hour in Idaho. Well, I am not gonna lower my rate to $16 an hour. That's not enough. We are artists. Etsy doesn't do that. Yeah, 15. Okay, so there's $30 an hour. I felt comfortable at $25 an hour, and I won't sell for a penny less. I'm not going to pad those hours. There's no reason to, because $25 is sufficient. Plus, and what did we come up with earlier? We came up with $200, you know, for 8 hours labor, plus $20 for my supplies. It was probably more than that. If you're doing an 8-hour project, it's probably more. But let's just say you sell whatever it is that you made for $220. My goal is to find that market for you guys. And I'm not talking local craft fairs. I'm not talking the farmer's market. I'm not talking your friends and family and neighbors who, you know, are like, hey, if I buy the yarn, will you make me this very intricate piece? No. Here's what I charge per hour, and my estimate is that's going to take me 4 hours. Hello, we're already at $100, even if you do supply the yarn. And that item should be sold for no less than $100. My goal is to make an outlet for all of you, a way for all of you to sell at what you're worth. Hi, Chris. And Robin's going to have to find that link again. There was a website she found where they were selling like, I don't know what it was, some little piece that was obviously done in a crochet sweatshop in India. They were selling that piece for over $1,000. I don't even remember what it was on that website. And I don't remember the name. I found out that website was owned by encouraging sweatshop labor. Now, that's probably a blessing to someone in India who doesn't have another income, and I don't want to take that away from them. But at the same time, since they have a market for that kind of can come up with a way for you guys to sell at those same prices. But you're going to get those prices. You're not going to get sweatshop prices. You should, and Marion, I think that's a great idea, that there are probably, there's probably very much a market for that in New York City, and Dallas, and L.A., and London, and Europe. I think buyers are there, because obviously those items are moving off of that website. And there are a handful of websites that sell sweatshop crochet at those top end prices. And I'm not going to say outrageous, because I think you are all artists and you are worth it. And I want to find a way for you and me to tap into that market. I need to do something more for my retirement, and I'm sure many of you will, would appreciate the same thing. So I do believe there's a place for sweatshop crochet. I believe those people who are living well below what we would call poverty line, that they approve 1,000%, that's probably a welcome and blessed income. Yeah, real money, Doris, and that's what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying this is going to happen this week or this year, but it is a quest that I am now on to figure it out. And I will figure it out. I will, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, we should have a conversation. But not until I've at least experimented with a couple of my own pieces. You know, I'm looking at either building a whole website, and we're not talking an Etsy kind of website. We're talking a product kind of website where it markets to those people that would pay, what did we come up with? $220 for a pair of throw pillows that I have crocheted by hand. People, you know, people that I don't know who pay those kinds of prices. Who would pay $1,600 for a fruit garden blanket? Who would pay $1,200 for a sunflower granny? There are those people. They're not in my neighborhood, but obviously these websites are selling these items at those prices. And we are talking US dollars. US dollars. $2,000 for some of those pieces. It was a shock. It was a sticker shock to actually see them selling at these prices, especially since it's, you know, not like lovingly, you know, done with a lot of care kind of crochet. These people are trying to pump out as much crochet as they can in order to earn a couple bucks so that they can feed their family that night. I showed you guys that one dishcloth that I picked up at High School Pharmacy, which is just, if any of you know what a Bi-Mart is, it's pretty much the same thing, only a little less. It's below a Bi-Mart. Now, I love High School Pharmacy. And this was a $19 set. It was one dishcloth done in a 2-weight cotton yarn, like an 8/4 cotton, something like that. 8/2 cotton, 8/4 cotton. And a little matching scrubby, and the whole thing was wrapped up really nice in a ribbon. It was sold for 20 bucks. One dishcloth, one scrubby. I'm not upset at the price because I paid it because I wanted it. And I wanted to stay. I wanted to think about that item being sold in the store. And not only that, but I came up with a written pattern for the pattern that they use, because it's very pretty. And now I'm making something out of the Happy Place yarn with it for the spring yarny YouTube hop. And their pattern, you know, in counting those stitches in that, you know, sweatshop type piece, I call it a sweatshop piece. It says right on the tag it was made in India. And it was distributed out of Kansas. And here I was in Estacada, Oregon, finding a stack of these all wrapped really nice in a ribbon. They're pretty, but the pattern they used was just, their counts were off. I mean, it was all done, you know, pretty much by the seat of their pants. They just picked up the yarn and started crocheting. And I know it's not a copyright issue because I do that research in my mind yesterday. I used to sell issued business license in Colorado, and we would go to these we would go into Denver for these Yeah, it is still, and I'm getting to that. So we would go to these like estate sales. This company would do the estate sale, and they would take what was left and they take it to their little warehouse on the side of Broadway, and at 6-7 o'clock at night they'd start this resellers auction. So I had to have a business license to be a part of a resellers auction, and we started picking up china, dishes and plates and sets, and I started learning it. I crammed my head in educating myself online about china. And I started learning what it means. No cracks or crazing. No chips, cracks, or crazing. I learned what all that means, and I started learning about the value of all this stuff. And a lot of these estate sales, you get a lot of these sets. And once I start to learn the difference between, the Japanese china, what is that, Nippon? It's been many years now. Many years. And we would go to these things and we would buy up all that stuff, and we figured out how to hold off the bidding until it was like last minute. Okay, these 3 shelves for $2. Done! We'll take it. And I was selling sets, pottery, china, plates, and all those sets all over the world on eBay, and it was fun. I sold my motorhome on eBay Motors. It was fun. That is the most fun my husband and I had doing something monetarily together. Oh, that was so much fun. Well, now eBay's got their rates up so high. I quit doing it several years ago because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't sell something that, hi Joyce. I couldn't sell something as cheap as I wanted to. I would buy a book, new or used, I would read it, and then I would just resell it on eBay. And I really enjoyed doing that. That was years after we did the china and the pottery. I would just resell the books because I didn't have any more room for any more books in my one room. I love having a library, but I'm very particular about the books that are in there. And just a novel, I'm going to resell on eBay, and I'm going to, it wasn't for profit. It was just a used price, and I sold them, and it helped keep my seller score up. I believe that one of my experiments could be an expensive piece on eBay, and the bidding starts for the flower garden blanket at $1,600. How much, I still have to pay shipping, and I still have to pay the seller fees. So I need to get back into eBay. I need to try it. I absolutely need to try it. I think eBay, it is not what it used to be, and it wouldn't surprise me if I look up one day and eBay is gone, because they had their heyday. It was a great time on eBay. I no longer am familiar with the ins and outs of eBay, but I'm willing to put something up there at a high price, at a price I believe is correct, and see if anybody buys it. I can do a buy it now, or I could start the bidding at, like, let's say if I did those 2, 8-hour crocheted throw pillows. We came up with a price of $220. Okay, I would put it on there for $220, either buy it now or starting bid. And if I did it as a starting bid, or a starting bid, it would be a good experiment to see if there's a market. And the fact that I kind of feel like I would have to share out that auction like all over the internet. Like, I have to be everywhere to share out that auction to get eyes on it, because I don't know. You know, like YouTube, if you do certain things on YouTube, they will share out your video. And lately I've been hitting those marks, I guess, for not all of them, not like this last headband video, but you know, most of the videos before that, YouTube is showing those videos. I don't believe eBay is doing that. I mean, we'll come up in a search if somebody's searching for throw pillows. I'm not sure that I could get the eyes on it, but it would be a good experiment. You know, I could do a no sale. Starting bid $220. These, you know, this matching pair of handmade, one of a kind throw pillows for your home decor, and see if that market, that high-end market, is in eBay. I'm not sure that they are, but you know, who knows? Maybe Prada will pick them up and resell them for $1,000. I would also, on top of the $220, I would have to add the shipping, which I would do that. And if they don't sell, they don't sell. But I think it is a good experiment, Marion. I think it's something that I can look at eBay and I can make all these assumptions because, yeah, no. But I really haven't been in eBay in 20 years. I really haven't done a lot, you know, even when I was just selling those. When was the last time I did that? I think was around 2007, 2008. I sold a used book. So it has been a long time. You know what? You didn't back then. Yeah, you're right, Marion. But I think it's a good idea to give it a shot. I don't think I want to spend a lot of time experimenting with it because it does take time to set up those ads. Do you? Because you didn't used to. I never paid if something didn't sell, but gosh, what didn't sell? Everything sold. Everything, it seems like I would seldom have to redo an ad, and I don't think I had to pay if it didn't sell. I believe seller fees were a percentage of what we sold back then. But that's another thing. You know, I don't know. I have no hard evidence that it does or does not work. Right. It would be interesting. And it is just one of the experiments I've been considering. I might try to figure out Amazon selling. I've tried in the past, but I couldn't quite get my head around it. They have a thing with Amazon selling. It's like Amazon fulfillment, where you actually send in the items to Amazon and they have it in inventory and they sell it on your behalf. At this point, that's too complicated for me, and I don't want to let one of my pieces out of my sight, like you guys were saying earlier. I don't want to let a piece out of my sight and sell through a third party with it, you know, especially if it's out of my hands. I don't want to do that. But if I can figure out how to sell something on Amazon, I might try with a used book, for crying out loud, and see how that works. I have never watched the shopping network, so I don't even know how that works. QVC, I've never watched that, so I don't know how it works. I don't know how a lot of these things work. So, but I want to find how to tap into that market that is obviously already there. So if I take this set of pillows that are $220, you know, home decor, handmade, one-of-a-kind pillows, because they're my own little mosaic design, nothing, you know, nothing outrageous. I can't read. Pamela's Adoring Crochet is what? Can't read that, I'm sorry. Yeah, so is a seller on Amazon. Okay, so she knows how to do it. Maybe I could pick her sweet little brain. She is, so isn't she like the sweetest? She just like drips with honey. She is so amazingly sweet. I just love her. She's got a great, bright, sunny outlook on life, even though, you know, even for the things, even, you know, for what she's gone through recently, she is still, you know, she's realistic. She picked up and just, you know, she handled her, you know, family business when she lost her husband, and she kept on going. And she's just wonderful. I just love her. She should be a rad girl. She's probably got too much going on to be a dang rad girl. We're too scattered. We're too scattered and unorganized. Oh, I love her. But yeah, so she probably knows all about how to do that. And you know what, that makes me think. That's something I want to do. I want to go on Amazon now under Pamela's Adoring Doll. Does that say clothes or clothing? Yeah, I'm going to go on there and I'm going to do a search for Pamela's Adoring and see and find her. I think that is awesome. I bet there's an Amazon for Dummies book that's been updated recently. Wouldn't she be great? Add her to our little mix of messiness. I would love her. I love her, and I love Corinna. I love Corinna of all vintage, of just vintage crochet. I love her. I love Crojo Corner, Victoria. There are just like these select views that I just get so excited about when I see they upload a video. Crojo Corner is doing, she's, you know, I didn't realize what she was doing. I was like, oh my goodness, she's giving away a bunch of free patterns. She must be writing them out, you know, in mass. That's not what she's doing. She is figuring out where all these great free patterns are, and she's presenting them to people in a live, and they are other people's patterns. So she is just, you know, showing a spotlight on other people, on other designers. And I'm like, oh, that is so cool. Such a great idea. And I love watching her do that. Who else? Who's the other gal? The other gal in the, she's in the Bay Area. She's like south of the Bay Area. What? She lost her cat last year. Was it last year she lost her cat? Oh, who is she? Yeah, and I would like to see what they're selling for. Oh, you don't think she'd ever go live? Yeah. Oh, what is that gal's name? She lives south of the Bay Area, and usually you only see her hands. Oh, she's so wonderful. Blah, 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 blah. I'm drawing a blank. Okay. Cup holder party. Actually, I'm going to let you guys go, okay? I got to go. I love you guys. Let's see if I can get out of here. I can't get out of here. I got to get you guys off of here. You're going in the cup holder for now. Going in the cup holder. Cup holder party. Because I couldn't figure out how to, I couldn't find the X for Xing out the live. That's all right. You guys can hang out in the cup holder. Whoo-wee. Okay, here we go. Here we go now. Here we go now. Oh, I'm the last one coming in. They let everybody else go. Or else I was the last truck in the line. That's usually how it is. I'm the slow one. Stephanie, I know you're in there causing trouble. I cannot see you, but I know it. It's too quiet. Okay, down to 10 miles an hour. Put that in the back. Okay. And then I'll figure out where the X is so I can close out the live and clean up the mess that I know Stephanie is making right now. Oh, great. They're, oh, now they're green. I had red lights. Now they're green lights. Please don't pull me in. I don't have time. 10 miles an hour. Let's see. Oh, they're pulling in too. Probably needed to shut off my headlights. They are letting me go. Yahoo! It's a celebration. Okay, party goers. Oh, that is so irritating. While I'm doing 10 miles an hour, I gotta do this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I gotta flip you guys around. How do I do that? Right there.